Hey guys, it is Tanya, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another speed build. Today I am making kind of a modern bachelor pad, which I thought would be a really fun idea to do because you guys seem to really like that masculine living room I did, so I thought, let's continue that into a full house. And it also allowed me to use my favorite color scheme of all time, which is like blacks, grays, and navy blue. And I actually used navy blue on the outside of this house, which I really liked. It's weird because I had a couple different ideas of what I wanted to build, but then I came to this lot and was like, yes, this is what I'm building. I don't even know if I've ever built on this lot before, and I don't build in Oasis Springs nearly as often as I'd like to, but I think this lot is one of my favorites because the background is so beautiful with that water behind it and like the massive rocks. I just think it's so cute. It's a very small lot though, so it's definitely hard to build on. If we had like cliff building like we could build in the Sims 3 Island Paradise though, could you imagine how amazing this lot could be? It would be fantastic, perfect place for some crazy modern builds, and I would have so much fun with it. But unfortunately we do not have that. I don't know if we'll ever get that, but that would be really, really cool. But we're just messing with the roof now. And I quite like how weird this roof is. It's just a lot of these angular roofs in various directions, and I think it just looks really sleek in that way. Let me know what you guys do think of it though. But this ends up just being a 1-bedroom house. It has 2 bathrooms though, one on the main floor and one on the second floor, so you have one right by your bedroom. And I just really liked it. It's not too cluttered because I didn't imagine the sim living here would be a very cluttered sim. They'd probably have what they needed, a couple of decorations to make the place look nice, and maybe this will be a place to, get with some ladies or men. So we shall see. But I really like it. It's so cool, and it's so drastically different than the build I have coming out tomorrow because this is like no clutter, and tomorrow is like clutter central. So be prepared for that. But this is pretty much the outside of the house. I do end up painting part of it blue, but other than that, it stays very similar to this. I believe I also changed those fences to some glass fences as well. But before we get farther into that, I apologize in advance if my voice sounds a little funky. I am 100% getting sick, and I've had like a really weird week this week, so I'm really tired too, and I've just woken up and I'm recording this voiceover. So apologies if my voice sounds a little bit off. I feel like I'm just like in a constant state of getting sick, and I'll feel like I'm getting sick, and then I'll be really sick for like a day or two, and then I'll get better for a day or two, and then I'll be getting sick again. So it's a lovely cycle. Yay for me, love that. But here's the blue on the exterior of the home. I think it looks really, really cool. I don't think I've ever used this wallpaper on the outside in that color because I don't know why, but I always feel like I can't use those solid paint colors on the exteriors, but I actually really like how it looks like that. So I am glad I went ahead and did that for this build, but let me know what you guys do think of that. We're just doing some details here. The only thing in this build that's cut out, which I didn't even really cut out, I just didn't film, is the floor plan. I wanted to leave it in because it was a pretty short build, so you can see the whole process other than the floor plan. But tomorrow's video, the floor plan will be in. So I'm finally doing that for once, and you guys can leave your feedback on floor plan versus no floor plan if you like seeing it included or not. And I can try and implement that more in the future if that's something you guys would like to see. But we're just finishing up the outside. We should be going inside fairly soon because I don't think there was anything too crazy going on the exterior other than this. We didn't have a whole lot of exciting entertaining space. I just had like a couch on the back porch so you could hang out there if you wanted to, but I didn't do anything like really fun, crazy activities. There's no kids here. I wasn't going to put playground equipment. It's just for a single guy. And now we're inside. I already did the floor plan off camera, and this is a kitchen. It's very like brown and gray. And I don't think I've used this swatch on these countertops ever, or if I have, it's been a very long time because I have no recollection of it. So it's kind of nice to do a kitchen that's a little bit different in color scheme. Well, not color scheme, but just texture, I guess, because these counters have a very unique texture to them. Although I wish they didn't have the weird, like, the sides they have with the weird blocky texture, because that makes them a little bit harder to use. But I thought for this type of house, it made sense. But there's a lot of ones that I'm like, that's a little too much. That's not what I wanted. But for this one, I felt like it worked. But we're just going around figuring out the floor and wallpapers around the place. And we add some glitter on the counters in here. I believe we add some barbecue sauces, a wine rack, and maybe paper towels. Like, we keep it pretty minimal, but I wanted it to like look like somebody does live here. They just they don't own a lot of things. So that's what we kind of went with here. And I also have like a towel hanging up. I thought about adding incense, but I don't think I added those in the end. And of course, some spoons to go ahead and stir things on the stove. And I fiddled with this corner way too much, as you can see, but that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. And I don't think we add much else. I think we add pots and pans above. Oh, we added wine, and then I added pots and pans above the stove. So there are some things, but it's not overly cluttered. I think it's pretty clean in here, and we have a nice little shade covering the window. And I think that's really it for this room. We do add a table in the middle as well, because I thought that looked pretty nice, and we put some fruit on it. So there's quite a few things in this kitchen, but I think it's pretty clean and organized. And that's kind of what I liked. I went with this floor in the beginning, but I did change it out for a darker wooder floor. A darker wood floor later on, and I definitely brought those blue tones inside and kind of really worked with that, and I really liked that because I try not to use that shade of blue too often because I've overused it in the past. So it was kind of nice to go back and do a very masculine blue, beige, black, like bachelor pad. And it was really fun to have like kind of like a cold, stark design of like a whole place. So also, because it's so like cold and it's in the middle of the desert, I really liked that as well. I think that it just looks so cool there. But I don't know what you guys think. And we're just trying to figure out some things for the side table over here. And I think we just ended up having that car over there, honestly. And I'm just going through all the decorations forever, and I couldn't figure out what to put. And fun fact, while I was decorating this, I was getting a little distracted. And kind of weird that I was like making a bachelor pad while I was watching this. But I don't know if any of you guys have seen the show You on Netflix. On Netflix. I almost said, no, wait, Amazon. On Netflix, it's interesting. I think I'm on episode 3 or 4. And all I know so far is we're following this guy who's really hardcore stalking this girl, but it's like through his perspective and like how he gets to the conclusions of why he's doing certain things. And it's like really interesting because usually when you see things about stalking, it's from the other side. And it's just like, oh my God. But like hearing his thought process is really interesting. By no means do I think it's okay for him to be doing that. But it's a really interesting show. And if you're into that kind of thing, into stalking, no, like into, it's like a psychological thriller, I believe. I would totally recommend it because it's just interesting. And so I was building this house for a bachelor while I was watching a show about a single guy who's stalking a girl. So fun fact there. My coworkers were talking about it and how creepy it was at work earlier today. So I came home and, of course, turned it on and decided to watch it. And I'm really enjoying it because it's so weird. And I'm curious to see how it ends and if she finds out what she thinks, because he's stalking her and is like into all her stuff and she doesn't know it. And it's real. It's interesting. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to spoil too much of it in case anyone else wants to go ahead and watch it. But this is the living room, once again, bringing in some blues, a lot of like dark colors, and that beautiful couch I used in the masculine living room from a couple days ago as well. I love that couch. I love a lot of the furniture that came with Get Famous, and this table I believe is this from Seasons? Because there's also one from Fitness stuff I used in the other room that I absolutely adore, and this plant from Base Game. Oh my goodness, there's so many beautiful items, and I just had a lot of fun with this. I thought about adding a guitar, but I was like, no, we're gonna add a keyboard. He can like woo the ladies or the men with like his piano skills. I thought that would be really cute, and I just thought it fit this room really well. So I just changed the floor, as you can see, to that darker wood color. And I think it looks really nice. There's tons of plants in here. I feel like it makes the room feel alive. And then I added these on top of these paintings over here to make an interesting sculptural element over there. And I really like how that came out. I'll probably have to do that more in the future. And it looks like we're at a point where I was watching the show and pausing for a moment. But we're going to be adding this pile of books. Oh my God, my nose is like so... I'm so sorry if you can hear me sniffling over here or if my voice sounds weird. I can't tell if it sounds weird. It sounds weird to me though, because it's like, ugh. Anyway, This is the downstairs bathroom. It has a single shower and a sink. I obviously could have made this a half bath, but it was so big, I felt like we should have a way to shower out the main floor as well. And I believe the upstairs one we include laundry in as well. So you can do laundry in this house if I'm remembering correctly, because the upstairs bathroom is massive. But this is the bedroom, and surprise, surprise, it's navy blue. Well, the bed is. And so I use like the base game bed that comes in a navy. It comes in a bunch of different colors. It's more of a modern looking bed. I don't use it very often, but that is the bed we ended up using. I thought about using these nightstands from Fitness Stuff, but I did end up changing them out in the end because I thought they were a little too clunky. I do like those though, and at some point I want to find some really good uses for them. I'm definitely going to be doing some more builds where I'm trying to use items I don't use as often and swatches I don't use as often, so hopefully maybe at some point we'll include those somewhere, because I feel like I have so much trouble finding a place for them, even though they are so gorgeous. So hopefully I can figure that out sometime soon. And then we add a dresser and mirrors over here, which I think look really, really cute. And some plants as well in here, because this whole place is just full of plants. Like every other build I make, there's just plants everywhere, and I can't help it. And it looks so nice. And I love this leather chair. I feel like that's just like a thing a lot of guys have. Somebody at work has one of those as their computer chair. Like it's a computer chair like that, and it's like so fancy, and I'm like, where did you get that? And they just found it apparently. So yeah, I'd like to find one that'd be nice, or just bring my my gaming chair to work, because that'd be way more comfortable. But anyway, we're just adding some clutter on the bedside tables, and gonna add another plant. I think it looks like that's what I'm looking for. Did I add another one? I don't think I did. I think I just added a painting on the wall on the both sides of the bed, honestly. And then we should be doing the bathroom. I don't think there's too much more in this bedroom. I'm probably just like looking for more. Oh, yep, a plant. I did find a plant, just a little one. And now we are in the bathroom. Like I said, we end up fitting a washer and dryer in here, as well as all of the other things you need. There's also double sinks, which is really nice, like his and her, or his and his. And I thought that would be really, really cool, because I don't do double sinks like that often, and I think these are absolutely gorgeous. They're some of my favorite sinks. We got so many good items with that pack, and so it was really cool to use those. And we're adding a laundry hamper. Gonna have this cabinet of towels and stuff, and add some laundry. But we're coming to the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you are new here, you can consider subscribing to the channel. I'd love to have you on board. And if you click that little bell, it'll turn on notifications, so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. But we're just adding a couple things to the exterior of the home, and then we'll be going into screenshots. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.